gosh, it's so awesome to meet you.
It's awesome to meet you too. You have a
I'm so
beautiful
excited to get to
smile.
talk to you about the Peepkins.
Yeah,
So,
Peepkins.
first off, congratulations on the success of your own personal podcast, Unqualified. You've got a
Thank you.
great collection of just fantastic episodes.
Thank you. It's been a journey.
Oh.
It really has.
So, did
It really has. Like started with
yeah.
a
So,
hobby. Sorry, I'll let you control.
no, no,
Can't.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
Oh, well, it started out as truly a hobby. I was on Mom, on CBS, and um, I wanted to talk to strangers and talk to them about all of our, because I found that all of my conversations with strangers, um, revolved around the industry, or my career or whatever. And I loved listening to Loveline, all that stuff. Anyway, advice columns. So yes, so in 2015, I started a podcast. At that time, people were still like, what is that? And
Right.
that's kind of how I got away with it, because I think now Warner Brothers and CBS would be like, I don't know, you know, because they had, well, they have restrictions. But
Right.
um, I, um, sorry, my business manager just told me that my Venmo account may have been compromised. No, I don't
Oh
think she said,
no.
no, I don't think she said that. I want to, I'm sorry. I'm an actor. Like, I don't know the stuff,
It's
but
cool though. It's so cool. I mean, you go from one thing to another thing. I mean, and it's a learning process. So it's super cool that you also understand that side of it too. So,
well, and I have this love uh sigh relationship with Unqualified.
mhm.
But with Peepkins, when I was approached, I mean, first of all, my mom is terrified to listen to my Unqualified podcast. She claims to be such a liberal, yet I don't know.
You're giving her a run for her money.
But yeah, I mean, she still can't say fart. She's like, that is grotesque.
It's a generational thing, right?
But so, but getting the opportunity to do Peepkins at the time, I thought, well, I thought this feels like I don't know the marketplace for a family-friendly podcast, for a
Mhm.
podcast that's essentially designed for parents with kids from the ages of like 2 to hopefully 12,
Yeah, absolutely.
hopefully.
No,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, and so I hope that it succeeds. I hope that I'm really proud of what we created. And I it's been way more rewarding than I could have expected. Um, it's been I love playing Hatch. My character is it's just a voice I've used for years with my own son playing. I have he has a stuffed animal, a puppy or something. I don't even know what it is, and I've used it for years.
Yeah, I
Monkey.
saw that in an article. I thought that was so cute.
I know I need to bring it down here, um, because it's a good prop. But oh, it's a
Yeah.
duck. That's what it is. Can't believe that I've been doing that all this. Anyway, it's a little yellow duck named Handy, and I've been doing Hatch's voice with Handy every night since Jack was little. He
Mhm.
doesn't really want it anymore,
Mhm.
so I've sort of like, I've backed away. But when I had him listen to I was like, hey, do you think that like your little sisters will like this new podcast? I was so honored, or whatever, that maybe that's grandiose, but it made me so happy that he really liked it. And for him, it felt like nostalgia, because he is trying to be cool now. He's always tried to be cool, but it's definitely getting to the age where it's like, oh God, you are going to be cool.
Right? Like, okay, we got the clothes. Don't worry about that. We got
Yeah.
you. Like, here's some tips, right?
Yeah. But so for him to kind of like melt into that, made me really, just was really moving. I was really proud. And I love that it is a safe place, you
Right.
know. I love that it's like simply that those safe places that we crave.
Absolutely. I know that one of the things you've spoken about is how, because to me, it actually reminds me of like the old-timey radio shows, right? A
Yeah.
podcast in itself, is one of those things where everybody gathers, we're in the car, and we're listening to it together. And it's a special moment, it's a safe place for families to just enjoy something wholesome and something beautiful and something that kind of keeps conversations going, as well.
I
Because
love
let's
that
talk about the
philosophy
episode.
because I have been like during quarantine, we bought a used van. We did the whole thing. And we were traveling from Los Angeles to Seattle to visit my family all the time. And so we were making these long, long drives.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anything for Jack to listen to.
Mhm.
So like on I-5, what am I supposed to do? Like I make him read for like 30 minutes, then he complains
Right.
he's getting car sick. And so
That's my kids. Yeah.
then it's like, okay, fine, just watch your iPad. Just watch your iPad for 18 hours.
Right. Yeah. And this is actually like, I want to definitely share it with my audience because so we're actually a military family and wherever my husband gets stationed, like that's where we're driving to unless it's overseas. But even so, you can listen to that, on your, whatever device you use. So it's
Candy,
perfect for
I've
military
always
families.
wanted, good. And I truly have always wanted to contact, like somehow reach out to military wives
Mhm.
with unqualified, because you are in a unique position in life where it is like your duty too. Like
Yeah, I'll be honest, people say, "Oh, you serve too," and I'm like, "All right, I don't want
yeah,
to sound
you
like a
do though.
handball,"
You do.
but yeah,
You know
it's
what but like the dedication that you've dedicated to
mm,
your husband's career choice
right,
is where it is part of the thing. I mean, you are an
sacrifice
essential part.
for sure. It's a
And like
sacrifice.
you guys have all the power.
Sometimes,
I've always wanted to explore more of like the military wife, military partnership idea on the other podcast. So anyway, maybe I can get your info from Mia at some point.
totally am down. Yeah, that would be
Okay.
cool.
Anyways, I'm supposed to be
Yes,
plugging.
the Peepkins. Yes.
Jenkins is family-friendly podcast with adorable adventures. And truly though, like a talking point that I really like, that I haven't said much about today, is that I love that the auditory world gives
Mhm.
kids a place to imagine exactly what it is as opposed to seeing it. They
Right.
get to create it, of course, like a book, but this hopefully can hopefully, like, families, I hope I can like relieve some parents.
I think you absolutely will. Absolutely. Like I said, especially for military families, because different families have kids of different ages, and if some families, get their kids, cell phones and like, all right, well, I'm going to download this so that you can listen to it whenever, and they have it, so I think it's totally valuable. And I mean, like I said, I can't wait to share it with everyone.
Candy, I hope your time isn't up, but I want to ask you where you're stationed and what your favorite station has been.
So
Is that
we're
okay?
actually stationed in Fort Huachuca in Sierra Vista, Arizona currently.
Okay.
And let's see. I mean, I really enjoyed my time at Fort Polk, Louisiana. A lot of people are like, no, it's the armpit of the Army. But I enjoyed it. It was
Like the
close to home.
people. Uh-huh. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it was the community. Yeah, it's the community. And we were close to home, but that was also during COVID. So, I had to we couldn't even go 2 hours. He could not leave the base. He had to stay there. So we stayed and we had a great time, even though it was just Even though, it's like
You're like,
super, like
I'm
everything
gonna
shut
hang out with the other
down.
wives and puzzle
Yeah.
and drink
Yeah,
wine.
we did what we could. I've
Yeah,
always been like active with like spouses clubs and stuff like that. And here I'm active with the USO and the spouses club here. So it's so much fun. I enjoy it. And I always think of like, dude, when you retire, I'm gonna have to build a community for myself, because you're so used to every time that you move, you have kind of like a built-in family or you have community
totally.
of
There
people.
must be like a similar mindset where it's
Yeah.
like, yep, we're all in this together. So let's
Yeah.
all be
Oh,
friends.
absolutely. And like the people that like friends that I know that have lived overseas, it's even tighter when they're overseas because legit, like they've got, like, well, we're in Germany, we can't speak German, so let's get together.
Right, 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 right. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. No, I've always been like kind of fascinated by the like the hardships and the rewards of military lifestyle, you know?
It's interesting for sure. It's interesting and there's ups and downs. And we've been
It's
at
so
this.
specific, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. You feel like you're literally like one out of a whole bunch of different people. Cause I mean, I have friends that, all around the country. And it's like when you come out of it, you're like, oh my gosh, that wasn't as big as I thought it was, like where it's actually super, super small, because you run into people that you've been stationed with at other times. And it's really cool when that happens.
sure,
But it's
yeah.
just
It's like, oh my God, like you knew me that whatever. But
yeah,
do you think the
yeah.
divorce rate is sorry, now really getting I'm
I know.
so sorry, Mia. I just truly have been really intrigued by this. Do you think that the divorce rate is a little bit lower with military families or higher or it's average?
I don't know, honestly. I mean, maybe average. Um, the time apart from different, I don't know, honestly. I need to look into that because I always
Well,
think about,
because the interesting thing is the idea of if the community essentially makes a marriage stronger or like more stable or like what that tight sense of community brings or disrupts a marriage. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah.
Candy, bye. Are you getting divorced? Bye.
No, I don't. I mean, like, I got a couple more minutes. I don't know, honestly, but I know one thing, like on like this different every base has their own like spouses page, like for which you go spouses page, so they'll get on there and like people get on there and there's all kinds of questions and there's always those questions about like, does anybody know a good divorce lawyer or who do you recommend or but
I bet there's some good gossip though in there. Right,
sometimes
Candy, you're gonna
yeah.
be my infiltrator. You're already established.
Right. Yeah, we've been at this for a while for sure. Um, but oh my gosh, Anna, thank you so much for
Thank
speaking
you
with me
so much. I
today.
really appreciate you. And I'm sorry, Mia, for it's not Candy's fault, it's mine.